Hey everyone. Before I get started on this review, I'm going to give you a little history lesson first. All right. Dungeons and Dragons, also known as D&D. The board game was published in 1974 with The Wizard of the Coast. Now we know how old these companies are. Perfect World Entertainment was leading publisher of its time. They changed their name to Arc in 2014. Now, Cryptic worked with Arc on most of their games they created, but I didn't find too much on Cryptic or I just don't feel like talking about them. So, moving right along. All right. R.L. Salvador started the Neverwinter franchise by writing books on the fantasy world of D&D. The campaigns went hand in hand with these books. I even read the ones about Drizz's life story. They were great. If you didn't know, R.L. Salvador is very vivid and detailed in his writing. So, one day these companies got together, and what do you know? Neverwinter was born on June 20, 2013. Since then, the game has its up and downs, but they stayed afloat. But who knew that one day this one campaign was going to bring it all crashing down? And that campaign was Ravenloft. Now, this campaign has bounties, they're wanted posters, but they also had these tarot cards at that time, and these tarot cards had rewards. One particular reward was diamonds, and diamonds is an in game currency you buy your merch with, or you exchange it for Zen. And Zen is a real life money currency. Now, it should have been rough astral diamonds, but it wasn't. But I'll tell you what, at that time, everybody was rich. So everyone exchanged their diamonds to Zen, and at that time, the active best companion was a Black Panther, which is Drizz's main companion. All right. It ran about $25 of real life money. So everybody bought the Panther, and everything else that was in the market. Then one day, the biggest bandwave in history that I know was dished out, and about 95% of players were banned from all platforms. I was even like, everyone? Nah, they're not going to ban everybody. I was wrong. They did. I don't know who told who to execute run this game to the ground, but I'm not pointing any fingers now. D&D didn't like this at all. They weren't having it. The numbers were going down, the revenue stopped coming in, things had to change. So this move destroyed D&D. Now remember, D&D is from the 70s, so to me, this is the godfather of RPG and fantasy of our time. Every game, writer, producer, publisher gets their inspiration and ideas from D&D. Now, I know there was one company out there that was not going to let D&D die out like that. No way. And who knew that company was? Gearbox. Now, it says the Gearbox bought Cryptic, but I don't think so. We're still using Cryptic Engine. So why don't Gearbox just shut down the Neverwinter and create a new one and just kick Cryptic out the picture for good? You could just keep most of the original fantasy and the storyline from D&D, but add the Borderlands mechanics and engines, right? So, Neverwinter and Borderlands have similarities and likeness. For instance, they both have banks, they both have share banks, they both got trades, loot drops, so on and so on. What I wouldn't mind seeing is the seriousness of D&D with the feel and the names of Borderlands, without the humor. For example, in the open world, there's random mini bosses. Now, these random mini bosses should be normal, badass, or ultimate badass. Now, if you run a normal dungeon, you get normal boss names. You run an advanced dungeon, you get a badass boss name. A master's, ultimate badass name. Bring up the graphics, and then, try to put back Neverwinter to his glory days. So, 80% D&D, 20% Borderlands. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about the Neverwinter we have today. Now, remember, this game is over 10 years old. Here's a look at some character cosmetics that I have obtained in the game for the few months of playing. Now, there's way more and there's way better looking stuff to obtain than what I'm showing you. Now, even the landscape, the environment is beautiful to me. Here's a few examples. Look at the artwork on this. For a game that's over 10 years old, it still looks gorgeous. Now, there's plenty to do. You got 10 years of content, there's plenty to do. Now remember, here's a reminder. This is an MMO. It's going to take time to complete these campaigns. Compared to other big MMO games, Neverwinter is free to play and does not require a monthly subscription to play. That is a big bonus, ladies and gentlemen, a big bonus. Now there is a $10 monthly VIP. It's beneficial, but not required. That's a big bonus. Yeah, I want to admit I was part of the bandwave a long time ago. Now I didn't want to come back and support Cryptic, but I support Gearbox, and I don't want them to fold like a lot of gaming companies that we have lost these past few years. So I returned. Now you can play the campaign solo. I like the game. I like the fantasy. I like the storyline. So give it a shot. Like I said, it's free. If you don't like it, just delete it. It's on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. All right, a recap on the Neverwinter. So it's free to play. There's no monthly subscription. It's fun. There's plenty of content. There's a trade system, playable solo. You can play up to 5 of your buddies. And if you're doing a trial, up to 10 players. Now, the negative parts about it is the graphics are outdated. You get kicked back to the main menu on fast travel to when to a different map. That's mostly Xbox. Everyone on the same map is trying to find for the same side quest or quest that you're doing for the week. There's limitations on how much you can gain per week. The amount of Rust Astral Diamonds you're able to refine per day, you know, they could do better, but that it is what it is. Now, for a 10-year-old game, I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10 on PlayStation. I barely have any issues. On Xbox, I'm going to give it a 5.5. Why? Because every time I fast travel on a new map location, I get booted to the main menu. It gets annoying after a while. And PC, I haven't tried it, but we all know everything's better on PC. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this was useful and informational on making a decision on trying out or playing Neverwinter. Thank you for watching. Till the next time.